Hello, hello friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I will be explaining thin spherical shell, which is an important topic in mechanical engineering. Okay, in this topic we are going to learn how the failure of the thin spherical shells will happen. Okay, and what are the stresses induced, how the forces will act on that thin spherical body. Okay, now this why we are studying these thin spherical shells, because when we go for industry like in thermal engineering industry, wherein the fluids are stored in a body where like in spherical shells or cylindrical bodies, where we need to predict the failure of that body. Okay, like the fluid will exert some forces in all directions. In some or in some direction the material will fail. Like we need to predict that failure, how the failure will happen. Okay, so for example I have taken as the spherical shell as an example. Okay, let us consider this is the bottom structure and this is the topmost structure of the spherical shell. Like you can assume this as a this is the top half part of the spherical shell, a spear structure. Okay, I have taken this as a ball. Okay, tennis ball, you can assume. I have cut into two halves. Okay, to explain this topic. Okay, so what happens is when the fluid is there, when the fluid is inside this is nothing but a fluid which is inside there, which is inside the spherical shell, will exert some forces. Like it will exert some forces in all direction. It will have fluid in all. Here you can assume in this structure the fluid is there. Okay. Now what happens is by storing the fluid in the container, it will exert some forces in all direction in this circumferential area, or in all direction it will induce some forces. Like at some critical stages the force may cause the structures to fail. Like it may broken into this. If the force exerted by the fluid is high, it if the body can't resist that force, it may fail in that situation. Okay, so we need to calculate what is the pressure we need to calculate, and what are the stresses induced we need to calculate, so that our structures may not fail in any situation. What is the criteria we need to study for that? Okay. Let us consider the sphere which is having a diameter d and thickness. For thickness, you can assume here, from here to here it has a thickness. Okay, from here to here. Okay, this from here to here it is internal diameter. From outside to here, from top to here, it is nothing but the outer diameter of the sphere. Okay, whenever the in sphere failure happens symmetrically, the topmost will have the like the same structure will have topmost and bottommost. Okay, assume this as the top and bottom. Okay, this is bottom and this is top. Okay, now here we have pressurized fluid. I have mentioned over here. Now how the forces will act? It will act in all direction, so that the failure will happen. The sphere will broken into two halves. Like one will be topmost and other will be bottommost. Okay, this is nothing. What that forces, we call it as a bursting force exerted by fluid. Okay, it will be acting in all direction, like top and bottom I have taken. And this is t is nothing but the thickness of that spherical shell. Okay, now always remember, stresses will act where the material is present, now if the fluid, if I consider the one more half over here, the stresses will act in this part. Okay, always remember, not in this part. The stresses will act over here. Okay, where the thickness is there, in this part the stresses will act. Okay, like the stresses will come out like this. Now to calculate the pressurized force, what is the pressurized force the exerted by the fluid? Take it as a simple formula. We have pressure is nothing but force times area, right? No, force per unit area, right? Now to calculate force, what we have? Pressure times area. Okay, pressure into area is nothing but the area of the circle, or like projected circle, it will have projected circle. So I have taken as pi by 4 d square. Okay, name it as equation number 1. Now to calculate the resisting force. I have said like stresses will act on this on this part where the material is present. At that part only stresses will act. Okay, to stress is nothing but to resist that force which is the bursting force. The what is the resisting force which is offered by the material or the body. Okay, we need to calculate. Like for this if you want to calculate the area for this, what is the area is nothing but it is a ring like structure. Ring like structure, so what is the area? Pi d times thickness. Pi d is nothing but 2 circumference times thickness. I have taken this thickness, and sigma c is nothing but the circumferential stresses. Okay, for equilibrium, now taking assuming it as a no failure will happen. No failure will happen when this bursting force and resisting force are equal. Okay, when both the forces are equal, then failure will not happen. If resisting force or if bursting force is more, if fb is more, then failure happen. Okay, now assuming the no failure will happen, that is equilibrium condition. Okay, equation equating equation 1 to equation 2. Okay, assume this as 2. Okay, p into pi by 4 d square is equals to pi d times d into sigma c, where sigma c is nothing but the circumferential stress. Circumferential stress is nothing but the stresses which are acting along circumferentially like this. Okay, I said the stresses will act along the where the material is present, not the hollow structure. Where material is not present, the stresses will not act on that. Where the material is present, the stresses will act over here. Okay, we have calculated by cancelling pi over here, dd cancellation. After cancelling all the thing, we have got